Fox News alert on this developing story now. President Trump says he will nominate William Barr as the new Attorney General. It's a job Barr held before in President George H.W. Bush's administration. The power panel slides in. Ford O'Connell, chairman of the Civic Forum PAC and a Republican strategist. Suraj Patel is a Democratic strategist and former Democrat congressional candidate who worked on President Obama's 2012 campaign and on Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign. So we know, gentlemen, welcome, that the president started his remarks in Kansas City just a little while ago. We took those at the top, where he mentioned nominating William Barr, and he said an outstanding man who previously led the DOJ with distinction. Ford?
Well, look, I think William Barr is a home run selection for President Trump, and if the Democrats dig in their heels too much, it could prove to be a case of him playing three-dimensional chess with a Rubik's Cube behind his back. And here's why. Here's the ingeniousness of this pick. He was unanimously approved to be Attorney General under Bush 41. We have just spent several days praising Bush 41 as a 20th century founding father. Well, guess what? If it's good enough for Bush 41, it's good enough for Trump in America.
The difference, well, so the difference is, right, between that William Barr and this William Barr, we have an ongoing investigation right now that this nominee for Attorney General has already made comments on. How can you respect the impartiality of this Attorney General if he's already made comments on an ongoing investigation? And that's the question.
Can I press on a little bit? Because that was the same thing that people on your side of the aisle were saying about Matthew Whitaker, whom, by the way, everybody saw this on our air a few minutes ago, introduced the president today. The outgoing interim guy then steps up, and the president, introduces the nation to confirmation that he is nominating William Barr. So, I mean, are people not allowed to talk? And the comments are very different between these two men in tone and tenor, if you will.
So the simple solution here is that William Barr could pledge to respect the independence of the Mueller investigation. He could recuse himself.
What makes you think that's not going to happen?
But that's a key. They're already starting that exact point. And this is why I said it was an ingenious pick, because here was someone who was unanimously confirmed in the 1990s, someone who drew praise from the current 2020 Democratic presidential leader of the field, Joe Biden, who said he was a great person.
This is 20 years ago.
But my point is very simple: is you're going to dig in no matter what. You guys are going to throw bombs up there and see what sticks at the wall. And the point is if he can pick someone like this, and you're already saying these things, guess what? You're not interested in governing. You're not interested in the American people. You're interested in hating Trump.
That's not true.
Can I say one thing, though? Just
the pre-accusal is a middle ground here, right?
To perforate this, if I could. Your comment was that there is a different William Barr from 20 years ago compared to now. How can you even say that? Do you know this man to be so different? Do you know him personally?
No.
That's
what I'm saying is
what has changed are the circumstances.
What I'm saying is that the Biden praise is prior to William Barr making comments about an ongoing Russia investigation. Of course, it didn't exist at the time.
Exactly.
But that's the point I'm trying to make, is that we can...
You realize a lot of people make their opinions known about this on both sides of the political aisle.
We can respect the independence of the Mueller investigation, and then he would probably sail through confirmation.
Look, he has made his opinions known. He shares a very similar view in terms of presidential scope of power. Obviously, the Wall Street Journal op-ed concerning Comey and his questions about the political bias within the Mueller team. But this fact still remains. Here is somebody who was confirmed unanimously, and yet Democrats are going to throw up a roadblock no matter what, because it's Donald Trump.
I want to get Hillary Clinton in here, because I know that you worked for her in 2016. All right. So Mr. Barr, and this is reporting, Mr. Barr has also defended Mr. Trump's calls for a new criminal investigation into his defeated 2016 opponent, Hillary Clinton. I find that fascinating, considering what Judicial Watch is now doing and pressing on through FOIA. I've got to bring you gentlemen back. We're out of time. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Harris.